Today's webinar is going to be 30 content ideas in 30 minutes, so I hope you're looking forward to a fast-paced and idea-packed session today. Before we get started, I'll run through some quick items to keep in mind. Please be aware that this webinar is a web-based platform, which means there's always a chance that the presentation could freeze or crash. If this happens, please accept my sincere apologies in advance, and I promise you'll receive an email with either a rescheduled webinar time or the recorded webinar itself. We do have every registered guest email, so on the off chance that something does occur, we will reach out immediately. So let's jump in and start with some introduction. My name is Kelly Ayers, and I'm the Director of SEO here at Stream Companies. And as always with our webinars, feel free to reach out to me via email, Facebook, Twitter, or anytime before or after the webinar by visiting facebook.com/streamco, twitter.com/streamcompanies, or our website at streamcompanies.com. In addition, if you have any questions following the webinar, you can direct them to my personal Twitter account here or use the ever-popular hashtag Streaminar to let people know that you're attending. In the interest of time, there's not going to be a Q&A portion, but again, I'm open to any and all comments and questions via email or Twitter. So let's jump in because we have a ton of material to cover and I don't want anyone to miss out. So this past year, content marketing was most affected by the Hummingbird update, and the biggest changes happened to long-tail queries. So we've known from an SEO perspective that content is extremely important for a long time. The way search is adapting should change our strategy for content creation and sharing. This agrees with what Google says about its new focus on matching the meanings of phrases with relevant content, rather than just matching individual keywords in a query to certain pages. So instead of just focusing solely on targeting one keyword to one page and incorporating it into the on-page content, metadata, and anchor text, your content should be unique and user-focused. By that, I mean your content should answer a question instead of promoting a keyword or a keyword phrase. The focus should be on quality. Keyword-heavy articles will become less relevant if they don't provide the information that answers the conversational query. So now that we know what 2013 has left us with in the SEO world, we can start planning for this year. So if you've been for a while and you need a change in direction, or if you're looking for somewhere to start, we've got a great stockpile of ideas ranging from high level to quick wins. So without further ado, we're going to jump into our list. Remember that these are broad ideas that can be applicable to any business. I'm going to run through the basics quickly, but we'll be sending out the recorded webinar if you want to revisit anything you see today. The first strategy is a quick win, adding more content to the pages that you already have. This means changing up your homepage content and adding your most relevant keywords, or adding 200 words to your hours and directions page, or building up your About Us or Meet the Team pages. A case study by Distilled showed that a 300% increase happened in organic traffic just overnight by adding 200 words to product pages on a client site, and a 620 increase month over month. Make sure that the content that you're adding to these pages is unique, fresh, and keyword targeted to suit that page's purpose. Our next ideas will focus on local content marketing. Here's where small and local businesses can really shine. There's a world of opportunity in your area that you might not have ever noticed. Creating and optimizing local landing pages is a great content strategy for capturing traffic in your sales radius. As an example that you can see here, we created landing pages for Los Angeles, Orange County, and Paramount, California for a client site. We added content like local landmarks, local events, and driving directions to each page that was specific to the city that we wanted to target. And not only did we see a steady month-over-month increase in organic page views, but we saw traffic increase from users in those cities and their surrounding areas. So how do you find which cities to target? You want to keep hitting your top cities, so the areas with the highest sales and traffic, but you also want to grab the cities in your radius that might be underperforming, or cities where you have strong competition that you want to reach out to and grab some of the audience in that area. However, creating local landing pages isn't enough. They have to be locally optimized to drive traffic and conversions. In addition to local content, there are factors to include that align with Google's local ranking algorithm. One of those factors is your name, address, phone number. Remember that this should be consistent across your site as well as any other local business listings that you might create across the web. For your local landing pages, a prominent number and address is important for conversion. An embedded Google map is a visual sign to your area. It's especially important to have driving directions or a link to Google Maps driving directions from the city that you're targeting. In addition to content about the city itself, you can include information like company or staff bios, company history, and local laws and regulations that might apply to your business and any products or services you might offer. Visual trust symbols can impact a consumer's attitude toward your brand. So things like training badges, certification logos, and memberships all lend credibility to your business. Calls to action are extremely important in gauging the success of these landing pages that you're creating. So add forms, phone numbers, and emails, and add them prominently. The more ways someone can get in touch, the better chance they have to convert. Like trust symbols, adding reviews and testimonials lend credibility and quality to both your brand and your location. And finally, visual representations of the business and the area that you're in can help for SEO as well as user experience. So try adding pictures of your business exterior, your staff, any products or services, and the area that you're targeting. If you're looking for great local content to target your areas, start with local events. There are hundreds of sites that provide information on town events like festivals, parades, sporting events, and more. Become your own local authority by creating a calendar and featuring everything from an antiques festival to a children's story time at the local library. Even if it's not related to the business or the products that you're selling, you'll be quickly recognized as the expert within the area that you're targeting. Being the go-to source for area events will provide brand recognition, so the next time someone needs your service or product, they'll remember your business name. Find events to post by looking on local news sites or reaching out to organizations in your area. In addition to events, you can create resources on your site that benefit local authority organizations and sites. These are the .gov and .edus of the city, the local Chamber of Commerce, state sites, and any colleges that might be in your area or in the area that you're targeting. Resources like a local laws and regulations page could serve both as useful content and a link building tool. Building out your business profile on chamber sites with unique descriptions is also a great strategy. Even if the content doesn't live on your site, your listing is on a high-profile site that will rank for your products and services, as well as your local area. Check out local colleges and target content to their students specifically. This could be creating blog posts about financial aid or even adding content to your own careers page. Again, this serves as a content marketing strategy as well as a link building strategy. Much like local events, local news sites can be a great source for content ideas. If you find out what's going on in your area, particularly if it relates to your products or services, and you share this news both on your site and your social profiles, sites like Patch and online newspapers can serve as dual resources for both farming ideas and building links. You can submit, most of these sites will let you submit original content for your business listing or for their news features. So any events that you could host or press releases that you create can be submitted as part of your brand content marketing. You can also create local or branded news sections on your site to boost content about your area as well as your brand. So the next group of content ideas I'm going to introduce for your strategy are niche focused. These strategies are hyper-focused on specific industries or projects that will optimize your service and product content. And some of these ideas that we're going to focus on are product-specific content, long-tail optimization, project pages, and niche sites. So for retail and e-commerce businesses with tons of product pages, there's a great opportunity here to optimize for product keywords. If you don't have product descriptions or they're a little thin right now, build out 100 to 200 words of unique keyword-rich descriptions for each page. Unique is key here. Many retailers use standard description or even feeds, so you get the edge over those by avoiding duplicate content issues and optimizing the metadata on each product page as well. Depending on your product, include specs and bullet points to target customers who are using specific long-tail queries to find your product. Don't forget to localize these descriptions if you're a local business as well. And speaking of long-tail queries, the Hummingbird update loves them, so your content marketing strategy should too. Find out what people are searching for using Google Suggest or Webmaster Tools and build content around the longer search queries. As an example you'll see here, one of our clients was driving a small amount of traffic to their site from service keywords like tire rotations plus a city or county. All of the traffic was being directed to their homepage with little or no conversion because they had no mention of tire rotations on their service page. We built a page specifically targeting tire rotations in Mission Viejo, California, to grab that long-tail query as well as boost our local service targets. Not only did that service page jump to number 3 for that query in our SERPs, but a video we created is ranking number 2. A similar strategy for niche content includes building project pages for your specific services. The example here, a construction company in New Jersey, built out their actual projects and sorted them by service: transportation, marine, power, and more. This serves to enhance your service keywords, but it also acts like a digital profile and portfolio for potential customers. You can drive traffic to your site by adding project pages, but you can also earn credibility and trust by showcasing your services like this. The more projects you complete or the more services that you offer, the more opportunities you have for unique and interesting content pages. Finding your niche can fall outside the scope of your particular services as well. Do you have free Wi-Fi at your business? Are you pet friendly? Have you been a family-owned business for 50 years? There are thousands of sites that welcome you. Building a page to incorporate all of your niche attributes can serve searchers who may not be looking for your product or service, but are looking for something different that you offer. Try including keyword-focused bullet points on your local landing pages to target these niches. And if you don't have a niche to promote, it's easy to start one. Start opening your doors to pet owners, coffee lovers, or large families. A great untapped resource for building content: information. With the world of not provided growing larger, we're losing chances for query data. But resources are out there that can close the gap and put you in touch with your customers' needs and feed you the content to create and fulfill those needs. Some of the informative and educational content that we'll touch base on are going to be answering questions, FAQ content, and blogging. So how can you create content that serves the customer? Find out what they're asking and then answer it for them. You probably heard Yahoo Answers and Ask.com, but did you know there are hundreds of question and answer sites that you can tap into for niche content ideas? Quora in particular is becoming a great template for question and answer format sites. You can search by your service, product, or area to see what people are looking for. The example here is a search for plumbers, and just searching the keyword plumber brings up questions surrounding local queries and issues, most people asking where they can find a plumber in their area or how to solve do-it-yourself plumbing projects. You can already solve the first two with local landing pages. If you want to find other sites like Quora and Ask.com, there's a Wikipedia article with a giant list to work off of. And a bonus tip, try answering questions on these sites without being spammy or over-promotional. It will build your brand credibility and interest potential customers, especially if they're local. To piggyback off of answering questions, a great page to build if you're a product or service-based business is FAQ content. Just like the plumbing store here and Minwax, creating pages like frequently asked plumbing questions and staining interior wood 101 are great ideas when you want to answer the customer's questions. Search the sites in the previous slides and make notes of themes. Are people asking local questions, service questions? Are they inquiring about technology or how-to instruction? Pick the most relevant and frequent questions and build a page to answer them. In addition to question and answer sites, people use these as search queries, so you can be the one that answers for them and ranks. To find what your existing users are asking, include a site search feature on your home page. You can capture queries, products, and services that are the most popular, but you can also find opportunities that you might be missing out on by not having this content on your site. How-to articles and 101 blogs and videos are popular for both search and social. Blogging is the quickest and easiest way to build content that drives traffic and engagement. There are best practices depending on your niche. Whether you're a small business or specific industry, you can tailor your blog to meet your customer base. But in general, there are resources for finding which posts to create. Here I've showcased a great post by Phil Rosick and a document that he created that compiles 100 quick, easy posts for small businesses. Some ideas include employee or customer profiles, book reviews, personal anecdotes, and tip lists. Start blogging and then follow up on your content. See what your most popular posts are in analytics and alter your strategy to bring in more traffic and engagement. How do you create a content marketing strategy that drives traffic and conversions? You have to give the people what they want. If you focus on your strategy and your customers and your needs, you will build relationships and trust. Some customer-focused content that we'll be focusing on is testimonials, building scholarships, discounts, price-based content, and user experience. So what is the best way to build customer trust with your content? By putting customer-generated content on your site. The importance of customer-generated reviews is spreading with the prominence of things like Google Local and other review sites like Yelp in the search engine results pages, but they're important to feature on your site as well. So use your site to spotlight your best and most loyal customers, your most successful campaigns and projects, and any other trust symbols that we mentioned before. Video testimonials are a great visual content tool for these pages, and don't be afraid to include all of your positive testimonial pages on one. 90% of customers say that their buying decisions are influenced by online reviews, so tooting your own horn will only benefit your customer retention and acquisition. In terms of content strategy, this one writes itself. In the vein of giving to your users, what could be better than giving them money? Not actually handing them dollar bills, but targeting a specific niche audience, students. So creating a page with scholarship search keywords and featuring a monthly, yearly, or semester-based award to certain groups. So if you're a small business, award an amount to a freshman entering a business school program. If you're retail, feature a scholarship for students entering marketing programs. As a strategy, this serves multiple purposes other than just content. For a small amount of money, you can build fresh, rotating content for your site and blog. Describe the scholarship, who it's for, how it aligns with your business and your mission, and from this page you can build high-quality links, those .edu and .org sites that often feature scholarships. And it's even better if you can build these links on local pages, like any local high schools or colleges in your area. Going back to free money, customers also always search for discounts. So if you're retail-based, you most likely always have some sort of special running. Is it featured prominently on your site? Because it should be, and you should factor these discounts into your content strategy. Build a page with strong keyword targeting for words like specials and discounts, and be sure to pair them with local keywords and service keywords to target long-tail queries. Look on local authority sites and national discount sites like the ones here to get information about what people are searching for and which coupons they're downloading. In addition to free stuff, people want to find price comparisons. So shopping around allows for price comparisons to be made before anyone even enters a store. The example on the left is a snapshot of average monthly searches for cost. Show your knowledge and bring in that traffic by creating price comparison pages, like the grocery price chart, or simply listing out your services and products in a menu. Price is a motivating factor in purchasing, so if someone is researching cost information, be the one to tell them. Finally, for a content marketing strategy that serves your customers, focus on user experience. What does this mean? It means checking your content as it appears on the page and in the search results to make sure it's optimized for your user as well as the search engine. At any time, a user will search a query, and when their results populate, they're thinking, does this solve my problem? What's in it for me? Why should I choose this result instead of the next? You can answer these questions in your meta titles and descriptions. So optimize all of these to answer the questions that are appearing in their search queries and send them to pages on your site that give them the most information. Once they're on the page, make sure that their experience is as effective as possible for your goal. If you want them to convert, include calls to action. If you want them to explore deeper or go into product pages, include a clear navigation and internal links. Make sure you look at your content as if you were the customer. What would you want to see? Now that you have some ideas for content that serves the people, let's introduce some ideas for content that you can work with the people to create. Collaborative content serves dual purposes of enhancing your content marketing strategy and building your link building profile. Some of these ideas that we'll focus on are interviews, sponsorships, and guest blogging. Interviews are great for business owners because you have a ton of resources already at your feet. Tapping into experts, whether it be your service staff, your top management, or partnerships, can be a source of focused, niche content when you're conducting interviews. Try to ask questions that are specific to your business when consulting experts. If you're pushing a particular product or service, make sure it's the highlight of your conversation. Another resource is your own employees. Doing employee spotlights boosts your online content as well as your brand recognition. When people can associate a staff member with your brand or product, it builds credibility and trust within customer engagement. Finally, interviewing customers is in line with review and testimonial content as it functions the same way, but try to ask about their life or expertise instead of asking about their satisfaction with your service to differentiate between reviews and interviews. You might not even realize the wealth of partnership opportunities. Whether it be with vendors, local businesses, or nonprofits, there's a ton of sponsorship opportunities right in your backyard. You can build local trust by sponsoring events and charities, and build content from these relationships by creating a sponsorship page on your own site or press releases for other sites. Make sure to localize your sponsorship page. Include the name, address, and phone number for each organization that you partner with, and dates and times if you're sponsoring an event. This doubles for brand recognition. Your logo will usually appear on the site or the store of the business that you're partnering with. Guest blogging is the perfect example of a content marketing symbiotic relationship. Like I stated before, blogging is important for any niche and vital for building content. But if you're out of ideas for the month or know an expert in your field, reach out and see if they'll write a post for your blog. You can promote this content through social channels as well. The best way to guest blog in the Google world is to focus on certain do's and don'ts. Find authority sites and bloggers in your niche and within your location to reach out to. Find blogs that have a high readership and high customer engagement. Finally, make sure the posts are relevant and in line with your tone and purpose. Another rise in content strategy for 2014 is the use of visual content. We've seen the rise of infographics for link building in the past, but for the next year, expect to see an image-heavy SERP testing. This is particularly impactful for product-based sites who rely on dynamic and eye-catching images for their product pages. It's also important as the number of visual learners, at 65% in 2013, continues to rise. Some visual content we recommend are real eye-catching photos, optimizing those photos, optimizing your videos, photo galleries on your site, transcribing videos, and infographics. So one thing you should take note of in 2014 is the way that images are given precedence. This is important when creating content because just adding images on pages might not be enough. A case study done by Visual Website Optimizer showed an increase of 45% in conversion rates over 3 months just by changing their pictures. And what did they do? They swapped out generic stock photos for real branded eye-catching images on their site, on their social pages, and in their advertising. Using real location photos is important for your local landing pages, and they can have the same effect. Simply adding real, vibrant images is not the end of your content strategy, though. You have to optimize the photos with keyword targeting, titles, captions, or descriptions where appropriate. As you can see, images are becoming more and more prominent in the search engine result pages. Giving the best user experience means giving a mix of text, photos, and videos for all queries. How can you conquer all of those mediums? By tagging your product photos, staff photos, or brand logos with your top keywords to drive traffic for those terms. Tag your photos with dates and locations to optimize locally. In addition to optimizing photos, you should be implementing a similar strategy on your videos. Create unique branded videos on YouTube because, not so secret hint, Google favors its own product in the search engine results pages, and then optimize those in the settings. YouTube allows you to enter a title, description, and tags, which ping keywords in the YouTube search bar. You can also target by location and date as well as overall categories. Great content strategies don't actually have to include text, so creating visual photo galleries or portfolios on your site can enhance user experience as well as targeted traffic. Start by gathering a lot of those real, eye-catching, branded images we talked about earlier, and organize them by location, service, product, or project. The most important thing to remember here, tell a story for your customers through pictures just the way you would through a blog post or article. Once you create your videos and optimize them on YouTube, take it a step further by using a transcription service to turn them into blog posts or articles. As you can see in this example from Moz, a transcription of this video started to rank for some long-tail queries. This way you can capture both the visual and text learners by including both options and provide the search engines with physical text to crawl. Infographics are still an amazing way to tell a story just through visuals. 40% of people respond better to visual content versus text, and you can tailor infographics to benefit your company within your niche. So if you're eco-friendly, create an infographic about the benefits of energy efficiency. If you're a retail shop, create an infographic about supply and demand within your market. The opportunities are really endless. Our final batch of ideas requires a bit more time and dedication, but it's something we've seen rise in both the ranking algorithms and conversion rates. Long-form content is more in-depth articles and posts as opposed to the usual 400 to 600 words that come with a blog. Anything from ebooks to white papers can be long-form, and they usually serve a separate purpose and target a different audience when it comes to content marketing. Ebooks can be used for those in the sales funnel who are planning to do extensive research on the product or service provided. As ebooks are usually in PDF or downloadable formats, they don't serve a function for keyword targeting, but they have an extra bonus as leads. Try including a discount or a coupon in your ebook and requiring a contact form in order for someone to download it. You get a contact lead, and most likely you get new business when they use the coupon. White papers and case studies are great sources of content strategies because they double as sales tools. Making sure both are optimized for SEO, focusing on your niche, your location, and your keyword targets will boost your resource pages in the SERPs. But successful case studies will build your credibility as a quality business. The Google algorithms are updating to include more relevant content, but not just blog posts. We're starting to see in-depth articles show up in response to queries. It makes sense in the wake of Hummingbird that no longer will just short articles be given prominence. More complex content can answer complicated and conversational queries. So invest in a prime copywriter and spend some time building a voice and a process for long-form content so you can maximize the effect. Right, so we've reached the end of the list. I hope you got some great ideas for your content marketing strategy, or at the very least some jump-off points that you can use. Thanks again to everyone who joined. If you missed any part of the webinar, the recording will be sent to every registered guest and will be up on streamcompanies.com soon. So if you have any questions for me, the SEO team, or Stream in general, please reach out via email or Twitter. Thanks again. Everybody have a great day.